looks like we're going. I'm going to read an article that I'm going to send off to the MUFON Journal. It hasn't been sent yet. Basically a rough draft, but it's pretty much done. And it's about my trip to the 2023 International MUFON Symposium that was over in Covington, Kentucky, just right across the river from Cincinnati, Ohio. And so here we go. Let's see what you think of this. Still got things turning on the computer. I was pleasantly surprised by the 2023 International MUFON Symposium, which was my first. I attended with my eldest son. We knew that someone named Mike Cleland was going to talk about owls on Sunday morning. We have an affinity for owls and multiple close encounters with owls. So on Thursday evening, in our hotel room, we found a YouTube interview in which Mike was talking about owls and synchronicity. Now, we were planning to visit the Serpent Mound on Friday morning. So as we listened to the beginning of Mike's interview, I was checking latitudes on my phone to see whether Payson, Illinois, the Serpent Mound in Ohio, and Haifa, Israel might line up some way. They don't. But while I was doing that, out of nowhere, Mike said his 3 most remarkable incidents with owls described a perfectly straight line. Say what? That's exactly what I was trying to figure out when he said that in an interview that he did back in February of 2023. This is August, about 23rd, 2023. A few moments later, he mentioned how it all related to healing. Well, son of a gun, I had just written and subsequently deleted my first ever YouTube episode on healing. And I had my printed notes with me. Mike then said, and I am paraphrasing, sort of a quote, "The owls and ETs are just symbols on a door. You and I are all crowded together in a hallway, and if we can push the door open, it will reveal the infinite universe to which we already belong." I went to my bag, I pulled out my notes, and I showed my son this quotation. Quote, "Every created thing in the whole universe is but a door leading into his knowledge, a sign of his sovereignty, a symbol of his majesty, a means of admittance into his straight path. The writings I am researching also say the universe is infinite. The writings describe the universe as you might expect a monotheistic faith to do, but ignoring any references to the Creator if you so choose. The 2 statements share similarities, do they not?" Mike went on to say, again I am paraphrasing, that not everyone is ready to hear everything about owls, etc. all at once. I showed my son the next quote that said, quote, "Not everything that a man knoweth can be disclosed, nor can everything that he can disclose be regarded as timely, nor can every timely utterance be considered as suited to the capacity of those who hear it." That's from Abdu'l-Baha. He may be quoting somebody else there because he goes on to say some other things. Later in the symposium, I would realize that this passage might also explain why the look of ET craft have changed over the centuries, from flying boats to seamless silver shapes, as human capacity has expanded. This is not in the article, but this was a theme, what I'm saying now, this was a theme mentioned by several of the speakers at the symposium this year. Finally, Mike mentioned about half of the people he has interviewed regarding owls and healing are practitioners of Reiki. And given the single strand, as he called it, of the phenomena that he is following, the Reiki percentage is way too high to be random. I was stunned. I had almost forgotten that I had learned Reiki while living in Israel in 1999. After that, it was hard to go to sleep. One foot in the Synchronicity twilight zone, and the other wondering what comes next. The next day, we visited the Serpent Mound. I half expected to see Mike there. We didn't. But straight line or not, I sprinkled some sand from the Holy Land, just as I had on my farm in Illinois, as a symbol, if you will, on a cosmic doorway. Other takeaways from our symposium are, when we see high strangeness, it is because it wants to be seen. It wants us to see because that makes us think more deeply. The next step in all of this is spiritual healing. In short, the process is about awakening. E.T.'s method is to steadily draw us towards something that, for now, remains as unknown as the universe. I didn't hear every speaker, but every one I did have the privilege to listen to my mind, ended on a similar note. So what is next? Some describe a battle between good and evil. You may have heard this mentioned in various places, I suppose. But it occurred to me while writing this that thinking of it in that way gives evil a grip on one's shirt tail already. Evil wants a battle with its carnage and chaos. Good wants a picnic with fun and noodle salad. Why? Because, quote, God has never created an evil spirit. All such ideas and nomenclature are symbols expressing the mere human or earthly nature of man. End of quote. Good knows that darkness vanishes in light. So if good can just get evil to a picnic in the sun, it will be transformed. That's also mentioned in the Baha'i writings in various places. Am I naive? Yes, I am naive, but this is not me talking. I'm quoting other people here. Are you naive? No, but it could be mere pessimism by design, left brain or otherwise, that is listening. And it was never our design in the first place. That nobody talks about a picnic between good and evil speaks volumes about the human mindset at the opening of the 21st century, does it not? If you see every problem as a nail, our left brain will see every tool in the box as a hammer. Or am I wrong? That's why we have space friends, to deal with the alien opportunity, right? When you drop your kids off at their new school, do you tell them to go make some new adversaries? How is it different? I am an old redneck, as naive as any, and only as lightened as many. But the back door of the Creature Cantina stands ajar not far from my own, just down the farm lane behind my house. Should we include E.T. and friends, the whole Creature Cantina, into the human experience? Can that happen if one denies their existence? At least one symposium speaker suggested that is why ETs put big lights on their craft and fly around like drunken sailors. They want us to look up in wonder. I wonder if there are universal constants for intelligent interspecies relations, just as in math and physics. As if you want pie with that tic-tac. If so, someone must discover them. Will it be you? Will it be me? Is that the synchronicity my research is really looking for? My feeling is that it could be. To paraphrase Mr. Mike Cleland, I definitely volunteered for this, and I think the role they want me to play is my best self, or at least the best that I can muster. There is nothing you can do that can't be done. Now is there? At whatever we can do then will surely be enough if the following is true. Quote, as you have faith, so shall your powers and blessings be. This is the balance, this is the balance, this is the balance. Unquote. And to go off on a John Lennon tangent, just imagine there's no capitalism. It's easy if you try. What could innovation do with the open sourcing or disclosure of all those trade secrets, the pharmaceutical secrets, etc.? Without extreme capitalism, you wouldn't need to keep critical information secret. Now would you? You can share it up to the capacity of the listener, which will then further expand their understanding. Or am I wrong? But we only want disclosure, as ufologists, of reverse engineered UFO secrets. Then all is rosy and full stop, right? Really? Are we so sure a human mental construct is the meaning of the universe beyond the door with the owl symbols on it? Are we so sure some human mental construct is the meaning of the universe? I think not. Mike told the symposium that in a dream, recurring dream, he carries an envelope that he cannot open. Similarly, another speaker said that experiencers share a dream in which they are trying to lead a large group of people to a someplace they cannot find yet. That speaker asked for a show of hands in the auditorium, and there were plenty. My previously stated agenda here is to make ufology more aware of the little-known mystical writings whose single strand I am following. No one cares whether anyone agrees with that religion itself, but I wonder if in these writings there might be a clue that someone smarter than me would find useful in embracing the universe beyond that door with the owl symbols on it. Might that be what is in Mike's envelope, or describe the sort of place the experiencers are seeking in shared dreams? Do I know this for certain? Oh, heck no. I feel it relates in some way as an unknown but possible synchronicity. As a result of my first symposium experience, my own perspective has changed. It appears to me that MUFON, and humanity too, I hope, is no longer fixated upon the symbols on the door, the owls, the spacecraft, etc., in and of themselves, for themselves, but has instead begun to imagine what embracing the infinite universe beyond will be like. So get ready. Can you feel it? The door gives way a little more with every push. So there you go. That's the article I'm sending them. Hope you liked it. Talk to you later.